And this evening, as we celebrate St. Patrick, who was himself an immigrant, Mr. President, I am heartened by your words, and I thank you for all you are doing and others in this great country are doing to help our men and women living here, undocumented. We know America will sort this out. And it's fitting that we gather here each year to celebrate St. Patrick and his legacy. He too, of course, was an immigrant. And though he is, of course, the patron saint of Ireland for many people around the globe, he's also a symbol of, indeed, the patron of immigrants. Here in America, new great country, 35 million people claim Irish heritage, and the Irish have contributed to the economic, social, political, and cultural life of this great country over the last 200 years. Ireland came to America because deprived of liberty, deprived of opportunity, of safety, of even food itself, the Irish believed. And 4 decades before Lady Liberty lifted her lamp, we were the wretched refuse on the teeming shore.
An estimated 130,000 young Irish men and women are living and working illegally in the United States, more than the population of Leitrim, Mayo and Cavan. For many of them, the adventure itself and the money to be made attracted them to the bright lights and the bars of New York and Boston. But since last year, things have changed. Employers have now been fined $10,000 for employing illegals, and Irish people are losing their jobs. There's no Blue Cross for illegals. Young women, many educated to third level, are earning their keep and a few dollars as babysitters and hotel maids, the same jobs their grandmothers did a generation ago.
I came over to America in 1985 and I worked very hard for the first year to try and get a good education, which I got, and I got a good job in the bank, and I proved my ability and I became a loan administrator. Then the immigration laws changed everything, and all the forms were handed out to all the employees, and I had no green card or a social security number to show. So they met me in work and asked me for a green card or social security number or something, and I had nothing. So I had to quit my job. So now I'm just scrubbing floors.
What sort of jobs are you doing, lads?
Well, the three of us are working in restaurants, very near here. We've very low jobs there. We're doing the jobs now that usually the Spanish people do, other people do, and that's what we have. Even trying, it's very hard for us to get weight or anything like that. It's very hard. We're just washing the glasses and bussing and that. You know, like the only way we're making money is by putting in a lot of hours, like putting in double shift every day. But other than that, like, we have very little money out of it. You know, we're working now, going on today again at 2, working again all day, or 7 days, just to make enough. I mean, it's very hard, and we can't, like, we're running ahead of the people that's looking for farms and everything like that, just, you know, making up numbers and all that.
Well, I came here 3 weeks ago because basically there's nothing to do in Ireland. I've an honours degree in psychology, which I got in UCC. Basically, there was nothing for me there. I would have to go on and do either a master's and years of work before I'd actually get a decent job. So I came over here in the hope of getting work. And because of the laws here, then there's no way I'm going to be able to get work in psychology unless I become legal. So at the moment, I'm working as a painter.
I went to 4 years in university, right? Paid my own way. The money I'm earning here, I'm sending back home to pay off a loan. It's nearly paid off, okay? But obviously, yes, I think that I would get a good job if I was legal. I'd definitely get a decent job.
I'm working as a labourer in Manhattan, South New York. Now, I have a degree in political science from University College Cork. If I was here legally, I could do very well here. But because I'm illegal, I have basically no future.
How much do you earn every hour? How much do you earn on the hour?
I earn $5 an hour. And my employment is not that permanent, it's not that steady. So, you know, I'm employed this week, but I don't know, maybe next week I might be unemployed, you know, I might be searching for work again. And with the enactment of this new law, the Immigration Reform and Control Act, I don't know, I'm not sure that I will be able to get another job because I haven't got the papers to produce. We're just totally confused. You come here, the Irish American community is an extension of the Irish community. It's hard to believe when you walk up 2nd Avenue in Manhattan. There's so many Irish bars there. You meet so many Irish people, Irish American people with the same name as you. That it's so totally confusing that you're here illegally. You just can't understand it. You know, there really is a confusion in the Irish illegal today. You just can't understand why he's here illegally. And especially on St. Patrick's Day, I was on 5th Avenue last St. Patrick's Day. I just couldn't believe that I was here illegally in this country, and everybody they were dancing around.
Today, the Irish diaspora is found in every state, every city, every neighbourhood, every rural area in this country. They have prospered in politics and business and the arts, and in the service of the fellow Americans. And many are here today, including members of my own family from New Jersey. And of course, many Irish, as you know, serve in the White House today as well. So I want to thank you, Mr. President, for the really excellent meeting that we had this morning in the Oval Office. We had a really worthwhile exchange of views on important issues like trade and security and migration. And I know that the Irish people who've made their lives here, including those who are undocumented and living in the shadows, love this country dearly.
Anxiety is high among the Irish immigrant community in Boston following John J.C. Cunningham's arrest by ICE officials. According to immigration attorney John Foley, a television appearance led ICE officers to Cunningham's door.
Just about everybody in the greater Boston or Massachusetts Irish-American community knows JC. He's been an active volunteer at the GAA. He was the president a couple of years back. So there were a lot of people who were surprised by his removal and a lot of people who were upset by it.
Now, the local Irish community has fears for immigrants who have overstayed their visas.
If you've overstayed and ICE catches you, you're removed. You never go in front of a judge. You're just removed to your home country.
You can't be kicking people out of the country. We built this country.
But President Trump is deporting undocumented Irish, and it is keenly felt in Boston, where Irish ancestry is deeply rooted. Those at risk don't know who to trust, and sometimes fall prey to depression, explains Kieran O'Sullivan, an immigration counselor at the Irish Pastoral Center in Boston.
You have people who are afraid to drive, even though they have to drive for work. Some people are afraid to access health care. We had a young lady come into us recently who was a victim of domestic violence. And so you've young victims who are afraid to go to police departments because they're afraid that the immigration status issue will come up.
Thomas Callahan, an undocumented carpenter, worries about the prospect of being detained and jailed for weeks or months. But he says he has been given the benefit of the doubt during 16 years in the U.S.
Most Americans, when you're working on jobs, they don't see you as an illegal immigrant because they don't know your status, and they presume that you're all set just because you're white and you speak English. Little do they know that you're actually undocumented as well.